Hello and welcome to Did You Know Gaming Extra, and today we'll be talking about how stories of video games are changed before they release. The beginning of a character's creation is always interesting, but the details of how a character came to be are usually pretty hazy. Rayman is a character whose origins have always been left ambiguous within the series lore. However, his creation in the real world reveals some interesting choices that were dropped during development. The original story of Rayman was considerably different from the game's final release, initially following the story of a young boy named Jimmy. An article published on an old Usenet board provides us with the game's original press release. Join Jimmy, a 10-year-old who escapes reality by entering Here It's Cool, a fantasy kingdom he has created within the realms of his computer. When in Here It's Cool, Jimmy becomes Rayman, a superhero who gives animated life to everything around him: mushrooms, insects, trees, rocks, and mountains, creating an unlimited amount of friends and kingdoms. But an evil power has entered Here It's Cool and is out to destroy everything he has created. He must use his superhero powers to save his friends before it's too late. Look for Rayman on the Jaguar during the 4th quarter. Here It's Cool. Ha ha. This plotline was scrapped entirely by the time of the game's launch in 1995, almost a year after the game was initially slated to release. Games changing their plots is nothing new, of course, as can be seen with 1999's Indiana Jones and the Infernal Machine. The game's plot was retooled so that George Lucas could use the concept of aliens in Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, and have it be a first for the franchise. The game's designer, Hal Barwood, told Adventure Classic Gaming, "Independently of George, I got interested in propelling Indy into the Cold War environment of the 1950s with Russians as antagonists and flying saucers as the prize. George vetoed the idea, reserving UFOs for what was to become Crystal Skull. I kept the Cold War, but it veered away to Babylon for the prize." This shouldn't come as a surprise, as Lucas has a track record of causing issues for games he meddles with. For the 2008 third-person shooter Fracture, Lucas took issue with the protagonist's name. After working together and deciding on a suitable name, the development team revealed the hero's name to be Mason Briggs. However, according to an anonymous designer who spoke with Game Informer, in his first viewing of Fracture, Lucas said the game looked good, but that he did not like the name Mason Briggs. Lucas said something to the effect of, "It doesn't really fit. When he jumps on stuff, he moves pretty fast. I like BJ Dart." The team went back to the drawing board again, trying to find a name that might be more appealing to Lucas. They ultimately landed on Jet Brody, and you might be surprised to learn that Lucas's son is also named Jet. What are the chances of that? And now for today's random piece of trivia. This time we're going to triple spin swan dive into the Olympics. The Video Olympics on the ZX Spectrum. The sponsorship banners in the background of each event feature a number of parodies of popular brands, including Adidas, and even one which reads Cocaina, in a visually similar style to the Coca-Cola logo. The game was developed in Spain, and when translated from Spanish, the word says cocaine. This was likely added as a small joke by the team, and possibly a reference to the fact that when Coca-Cola was first invented, it contained trace amounts of cocaine. Also of interest, it seems the game's title screen music was just a simplified version of the Superman theme tune. That's all for today, but if you enjoyed this video, we've got 2 more for you on screen. Take a look at them. And if you haven't yet, maybe consider subscribing to see the multiple videos that we upload each week. My name is Greg, and this has been a thrill ride for everyone.